All right, let's jump right into this explainer. If you happen to think astrology is just about checking your daily horoscope or simple fortune telling, well, get ready to have your entire perspective shifted. In timeless esoteric traditions, the study of the stars isn't a parlor trick. It's considered the absolute highest science. Today, we are unlocking the Zodiac key. We're diving into this incredibly ancient idea that the grand architecture of the universe is actually a cosmic blueprint, and it's intimately woven right into your very being.
There's this profound insight from ancient mystery traditions that perfectly sets the stage for us. It tells us that to truly understand humanity's great epics and those foundational myths, we first have to decipher their celestial architecture. This is what's known as alchemy. We're not talking about boiling random liquids in some dusty old lab here. We're talking about understanding the spiritual chemistry that governs both the heavens above and the earth below.
And this brilliantly illustrates the ancient Hermetic doctrine of the macrocosm and the microcosm. It's the idea of the great man, which represents the vast, intricate expanse of the universe, contrasted perfectly with the little world, meaning the individual human being. The core of this timeless wisdom is that the mathematical order of the universe is mirrored directly within human anatomy. Basically, you are a literal fractal of the divine. So, the crucial takeaway here is that understanding the stars isn't just about looking up into the night sky. It is profoundly about looking within. As above, so below. It's probably the most famous axiom of these esoteric traditions for a reason. It's urging us to realize the profound unity of all worlds. These celestial bodies, their movements, they're believed to be a grand cosmic mirror, constantly reflecting the inner workings, the spiritual potential, and even the physiological makeup of the human being. Let's actually bring this right down to our own hands. You don't even need to look at the sky to find the zodiac, because it's mathematically mapped onto your body. If you use your opposable thumb to count the 3 joints on your 4 fingers, you naturally get 12 segments. The very act of just counting on your hands mirrors the 12 geometric quadrants of the heavens. It's like a giant puzzle where the pieces perfectly align. But what's really mathematically fascinating here is the numerical perfection behind this bodily map. When you use esoteric mathematical reduction to sum up those joints, you magically arrive at the number 60. And why does 60 matter? Well, because it's the ancient base sexagesimal number used for millennia to track all of time. 60 seconds, 60 minutes. Your hands literally hold the foundation of time itself. It goes even deeper. If you hold your 4 fingers out, your hand width perfectly measures the 16-degree belt of the zodiac in the sky. Ancient astronomers mapped the zodiac as the 16-degree band across the heavens, right? 8 degrees above the ecliptic and 8 degrees below it. The fact that the natural width of the human hand corresponds to this exact celestial measurement was seen as absolute proof by ancient mystics that the kingdom of heaven is literally at your fingertips. You are, structurally, fundamentally aligned with the stars. Now, as we peel back the next layer, we start to discover how sacred titles and scriptures mathematically encode this exact same celestial blueprint. This is the exact intersection where language, mathematics, and astrology all merge into one. You see, the names of deities and the layout of holy text across these timeless traditions were intentionally crafted. They used numerical ciphers to protect and carefully pass down this wisdom through the ages. For instance, take the number 315. In esoteric numerology, if you sum the numerical values of the 12 signs of the zodiac, starting from Aquarius and going all the way through to Capricorn, you arrive at precisely 315. And this specific numerical cipher is repeatedly encoded in ancient scriptures, particularly in passages concerning the creation of humanity in the divine image. It acts as this mathematical signature, secretly telling those who know how to read it that the text is actually talking about the cosmic wheel of the zodiac. To fully grasp the magnitude of this, we have to look at the 7 traditional planets. This timeless tradition strictly relies on the 7 visible luminaries: the Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Ancient stargazers didn't use 9 or 10 planets. They focused on these 7 specifically because they form a mathematically perfect, symmetrical harmony of celestial opposites in the sky. This septenary system is essentially the key to balancing the cosmic energies within both the macrocosm of space and the microcosm of the human body. And honestly, this is where it gets absolutely wild. The mathematical values assigned to these 7 ancient planets in esoteric tradition sum perfectly to 143. Now, why is that number so spectacular? Because 143 is the exact same numerical value derived from the consonants of the word zodiac. But wait, it doesn't stop there.
143 is also the numerical value of the seven-stage spinal column map used in mystical traditions to represent the journey of spiritual enlightenment. The planets, the zodiac, and your own spine, they all share the exact same mathematical fingerprint. No way that's a coincidence, right?
So, what does this all mean? Well, this leads us to the ultimate goal of these ancient teachings, the alchemical great work. Now, today, a lot of people think alchemy was just foolish folks trying to turn physical lead into physical gold. But the true esoteric great work uses the rotation of the universe itself as the hidden model for human spiritual evolution. It's the internal, closely guarded process of working with your inner planetary metals, meaning your emotions, your mind, your physical body, to unify your internal opposites and completely transform your consciousness.
In this timeless science, the alchemical laboratory is actually you. Think about it. Saturn represents lead, darkness, and being bound to the physical constraints of mortality. Opposite to that is the sun, representing gold, light, and the eternal present. The whole spiritual goal is to internally transform the heavy, time-bound lead of your lower nature into the golden, enlightened light of the spiritual sun. It is an inward journey, but one of truly cosmic proportions.
The great epics and myths we've inherited are basically instruction manuals on how to step off this repetitive wheel of fate. They outline a precise, step-by-step cosmological and spiritual ascension. Step 1 is the descension into time, being born into the physical world of Saturn. Step 2 is the great work itself. That's working with those interplanetary metals, harmonizing your Mars and Venus, your inner masculine and feminine, your Jupiter and Saturn. And finally, step 3 is the ascension out of time, reaching that pure, golden solar consciousness.
When you successfully merge these planetary energies within yourself, you achieve what the alchemists called the rebus. The rebus is this highly integrated state that symbolizes the perfect unification of opposites, right within the human heart. Think of it like this. If you pair off the energies, the sun with the moon, Mars with Venus, Jupiter with Saturn, you are left with one single planet that stands entirely alone without an opposite, Mercury. Mercury represents this perfectly balanced, unified state of the completed great work. It's a mind and spirit brought into total equilibrium. The words comprising this beautiful alchemical riddle actually equate mathematically to the number 47, and this just beautifully illustrates the physical reality of our planet. The number 47 corresponds exactly to the 47 degrees of the sun's path between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. That's 23.5 degrees up and 23.5 degrees down. It is the exact mathematical bandwidth of our celestial environment, unifying heaven and earth, and proving once again that the esoteric journey of the soul is written directly into the very geometry of our solar system. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a question that challenges pretty much everything we think we know about our connection to the universe. When you look up at the stars tonight, are you just seeing random burning balls of gas in some chaotic void? Or are you staring directly at a divine, mathematical, cosmic blueprint, one that's calling you to do the great work, unify your inner opposites, and finally step off the wheel of time? The cosmos is out there, calling. It's up to you to answer.